So great to see you all here today. 10,000 people on the streets of Los Angeles. And now I want to introduce to you, I'm very honored to introduce to you a very progressive person who's fighting like the rest of us for a better world. Former Congresswoman Cynthia, U.S. presidential candidate, might I add, Cynthia McKinney.
Our country has been hijacked. Condoleezza, Dick, and George lied to us, and Congress let them spy on us. The Democrats in Congress chose to spend $720 million every day and make themselves complicit in war crimes, torture, crimes against humanity, and crimes against the peace. $720 million a day can feed our hungry children, fund a way home for Katrina survivors, relieve families suffering from predator banks, pay down on our national debt. Speaker Pelosi, we're still waiting for a livable wage, single-payer health care, students with an education free of exorbitant loans, and a return to the day when our country did good things and the world looked up to us. Now countries crouch in fear of our next aggression. Hands off Venezuela, Bolivia, and Ecuador. Hands off Haiti, Zimbabwe, and Iran. We want peace and justice now. We must never give up. We must never give in. And we will vote and take our country back. Thank you.
Let's give it up again for Cynthia McKinney. And now it is my pleasure to introduce someone to you who has been marching in these streets longer than she probably cares to remember. She runs something called the Office of the Americas, which is more or less the Peace and Justice Department of the whole city of Los Angeles, if you will, unofficial, of course. And Teresa Bonpane, one of the great champions of peace and social justice in our city and in our country and our world, is now going to address you and also introduce to you some of our friends from the Hollywood entertainment community. Teresa Bonpane.
Hello and welcome. And I want to start this out by saying a great big thank you to the Answer organization. You know, people sometimes say, well, there are so many things we can do to stop this war. And I always tell them, no matter how many things you're doing, and do as many as you can, but make sure that you come out to every one of these demonstrations that the Answer Committee organizes for us all the time, that we need organizations like this. We need to be out on the streets. We need to show our government. We need to show the American people. We need to show the people of the world that we Americans want this war to end now. We want our troops home now. And thank you, Answer Committee, for doing this for us. Thank you, Answer. And now I want to bring you greetings from some of our friends who could not be here today and who send their very sincere greetings. They're with us in spirit. And that was Martin Sheen, who wanted to be with us. Bradley Whitford of the West Wing, who sends his greetings. Gore Vidal, who is in San Diego at the demonstration there. Jackson Brown. Jackson is on tour, wanted to be with us today. Diane Lane, Edward Asner, Mimi Kennedy. They all called. They all said how much they wanted to be here. They're with you in spirit. So thank you from all of them as well. And now to tell you who is with us today, our first speaker is Blaise Bonpane. And since I've known him for about 40 years, I have a slightly biased opinion of Blaise Bonpane. He's a peace activist. Everything you see in public, he's that and 100 times more in his private life of totally giving and being generous with everyone, but most of all has been a peace activist his entire life, Blaise Bonpane.
Thanks to your presence here today, and thanks to the winter soldiers who have taken an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. They did not take an oath to protect and defend criminals and traitors in government. Whether the media covers it or not, CNN, Winter Soldier will remain forever as an indictment on the warfare state. Let us all be part of a new springtime which believes that civilization is possible, but civilization is only possible with a realignment of our ethics. I think it's a good thing to support the promises we make in matrimony. I also think that sexual promiscuity can be harmful to one's integrity as a person, but there's a glaring disconnect here. The aforementioned personal failings that might create permanent damage to family and friends. There's another disconnect. It's a vacuum of any moral code in the warfare state. Consensual sex and lying about a personal matter is perceived as a reason for impeachment. Marital infidelity is perceived to be a reason for resignation from a governorship. But let's take a look at the ethics of the warfare state. Destroying Iraq is not a reason for impeachment or resignation. Killing 1 million people is not a reason for arrest, resignation, or impeachment.
Yes, it is!
Being the head torturer in a nation that opposes torture is not a reason for indictment. Telling 900 lies that have disrupted millions of families, killed and dismembered and destroyed the lives of their children is not a matter which should lead to conviction. Friends, this ethical disconnect is responsible for 17 years of murdering the children in Iraq.
That's right!
And now, malicious, ignorant, and genocidal cabal has planned to destroy Iran. We must stop them before they kill again.